I really liked their attitude going into that Saturday game. I think they were frustrated after Friday, but they weren't down. I think they realized that we certainly, from a performance standpoint, we certainly played pretty well. We did a lot of things in a positive vein on Friday. We just couldn't score. But it had been the fourth straight game that had been the case. And sometimes when you change things up, it just gives it's a different look, gives everybody a different spark. But I thought, again, to the girls' credit, they were the ones that really had a good response. They weren't down. They weren't. Nobody was pouting. They just went out and played hard, and they were. We got had some breaks, got some pucks in the net.
We really got pucks to the net. I think that was the big difference. We really had an offensive drive on Saturday. We capitalized on a lot of shots. We had a lot of good tips in front of the net. Got bodies to the net. I think that made a big difference for us.
It's going to be a real challenge for us, obviously, to head into their facility and try to come away with some points. But that's exactly what we're going to try to do. They haven't played obviously since their series against Ohio State, so it's been a while. But they ended the first half on quite a roll. But their one loss was to us, and we had a pretty successful weekend against them. I thought we played some pretty good hockey, and we're just gonna have to go in there with the attitude of it doesn't matter where we're at, we just gotta go play our game, and obviously goaltending is gonna be extremely important. I think special teams will be very important. But you know what? I think our team's ready to go. They're excited about it. They know they're gonna have to be ready. They're gonna have to be sharp, and how good we can practice before we get over there. Well, Duluth's an extremely talented hockey team. They got some real high-end players. They may have the most skill out of any team in our league in terms of just individual skill. I mean, that's the type of talent that they have. So I just know we have to do a real good job of picking up players away from the puck because they do a great job of finding that person. They look to the back door. Their defense will activate. They'll find that second, even third layer of offense, and so it just really forces you to be on your toes and just be aware of what's going on. If we have everybody looking at the puck, we're in trouble because they'll find that open player. And on the other end, their goaltending is outstanding. I thought she was the difference in our Saturday game. So we're gonna need to find ways to manufacture goals. We need to find ways to get pucks to the net and try to be opportunistic at that end. We really had no idea it had been that long since anybody had gotten a hat trick in our program, but I thought she had an outstanding game Saturday. And besides the 3 goals, she had 2 or 3 other great opportunities. She had her feet moving, she was engaged, and that's the type of player that she's capable of being. So, hopefully that'll be a kind of a jump start for her to have a real strong second half for us because she certainly has the capability of doing that.
It felt amazing, but I think what felt better to me was getting our team back on track and getting a win in the new year. We'd only had 1 goal in the past 4 games before that, so it was really good for us to get a win again.